What's going on, everyone? Jeremy here from the corner. I hope you're having a wonderful day. I know a lot of people are still kind of following everything that happened in the NFL last night with the player getting hurt. But also there's other news going on, and I will continue to cover this story out of Idaho because, well, it's pretty fascinating. And, I think that there's a lot of questions here to be asked, especially after what was released last night. Now, this morning, a criminologist says that he's eager to prove his innocence, as the family has now claimed the cops got the wrong man. Except a little something happened in prison already that seems to refute that. So, of course, the suspect has arrived in court in Pennsylvania for an extradition hearing that will send him back to the state in where he is accused. He denies the event, but is not fighting extradition. Rather, he says he's eager to get back to Idaho, where he can answer the charges formally. The PhD student was locked up at his parents' house in Pennsylvania on Friday. His family insists police got the wrong man, despite investigators claiming that his DNA matches the sample found at the scene. He will go before a judge today at 3:30 p.m. He arrived at the court hours earlier amid a swarm of state troopers and media. He was seen entering the court wearing his red prison jumpsuit, handcuffs, though he did not appear to be shackled at his feet. There will not be a live feed of the hearing, but a select number of photographers are allowed inside with journalists. Much of the case remains a mystery due to the fact that he was arrested in a different state than where the crime actually took place. Now, of course, the family, what is the family supposed to say? Yep, pretty sure my son did it. Of course, you would expect that the family would, be, optimistic. What's interesting is the family does insist he's innocent. They don't believe it to be Bryan. They cannot believe this. They're certainly completely out of character. These claims are really just trying to be supportive with the understanding of these four families have suffered loss. So they're sympathetic towards that. And that's why they should remain really private. And they don't want this case out in the court of public opinion. Labar said that he has been easy to talk to and is confident he will be exonerated. He believes that he's going to be exonerated, and that's what he believes. Those were his words. He's been very easy to talk to. Actually, he's a calm demeanor. And this is one of those cases where, you probably don't want it to be a public thing. You probably don't want it streamed. Because I don't know if he's one of these, people that do it for the fame, but, that's certainly part of it. We know that, for example, Ted Bundy absolutely loved the spotlight, loved the media cameras, loved the interviews, loved the press. And a lot of these lunatics do the same, allegedly. Now, this guy is only, a legend. But what I will say is an event that happened last night, or that was reported last night, certainly looks a little suspicious. So he allegedly tried to show himself, taunted guards from his PA jail cell report. Fellow inmate told the Daily Mail that he had displayed bizarre and disturbing behavior while in Monroe County Jail, which is where he was being held until he could be extradited. Valerie Kipolina told the outlet she witnessed him during his 6-hour stay at the jail after she was arrested for putting her hands on somebody on New Year's Day. He said, "You come in here and I'll cut you. I'm gonna number one on your face. Do you do what you want with me? I don't give an S." She claimed he yelled at one of the guards. She also told the Daily Mail that she was held in a cell across from him in Pennsylvania, so she could see his upper body through the glass. She said she didn't recognize him, but another inmate informed her that that's the guy that, with the college students. Now, she was arrested for fighting with her boyfriend, so I don't know if, it's difficult to know if, if she's trustworthy or she's just trying to get some clout. I certainly have seen a lot of people, for example, in the Andrew Tate case, suddenly come out and be like, "Oh, I'm an Instagram model and he tried to lure me. Here's my Instagram handle. Definitely don't follow me." So you never really know. But what's interesting is, there's a lot of stuff He understands the seriousness of his charges and that the penalty on his life is on the table. He has told his attorney, this will be a long process. LeVar's ordered psychiatric evaluation after learning how he has behaved behind bars. KHQ reports that he's been sitting in a ball on the floor, barely speaking to guards. LeVar is a public defender in Pennsylvania who was assigned the case following his arrest. I mean, I assume he's going to have, an attorney back in Idaho, but it's difficult to know. I mean, here's some more specifics around his bizarre antics, as the media is putting it. He said that she heard him yelling, I'll cut them, I'll cut you, in taunts directly at guards in the jail. You come in here, I'll cut you, and then do what you want with me. According to the outlet, she could see his upper body through the glass while she was locking up. She didn't realize who he was. The website also claims that she heard him singing the line, F my enemies and my foes, from a Lil Wayne song, Multiple Flows, along with misogynistic lyrics from the Puerto Rican rapper Bad Bunny, though the report did not cite specific examples. So this woman was in jail for fighting with her husband, and she was worried about misogynistic lyrics. I don't know. I mean, was he having, meltdowns? He also goes, after being told to shut up by one guard, he allegedly replied by screaming, come in here, all of you. Are you scared of me? You should be scared of me. You're going to do nothing because I'll cut all of you up. Allegedly adding, come into the cell and I'll show you I'm a creeper. That sounds like normal. That sounds like a normal thing to do. A lot of people are looking into the parents. Of course, everything we know about their parents. Look, I mean, I think that some of these cases, you can maybe go back and talk about what kind of childhood they had. What did their parents make them do? Did they, was this, some sort of weird childhood? But it doesn't really seem to be the case here. He grew up in a parent-average family with a warm-hearted mother, records and witnesses attest. He was born back in 1994 and the youngest child, an only son of Michael Kohberger, who is 67, and Marianne, who is 62, with older sisters, blah, blah, blah. Throughout his childhood, both his parents worked for Pleasant Valley School District. Records show that his dad was a maintenance worker for the school, and his mom was a professional assistant with special needs. In the aftermath of the event, his dad flew to Spokane, Washington to accompany his son, a doctoral student in criminal justice at Washington State University in Pullman, just 10 miles from the actual site of the crime, on a 2,500-mile drive back to Pennsylvania. The pair traveled in the white Hyundai Elantra that subsequently had been linked to the actual scene. They were pulled over twice for speeding and tailgating. It's unclear how he was with his mother, whom his former classmates Deja Mann remembered as the most warm-hearted and kind individual. Bryan's mother was my special needs teacher, Mann told the Post this week. Whenever I sat or depressed, she was always right there by my side. She would always cheer me up. So, kind of the terrible childhood story seems to be flying out the window now.
I want to get your thoughts on this latest information.
The idea that he's like a lunatic seems to be gaining strength. I do want to address some theories going around. Of course, TikTok, where they just make up things. There is some thoughts, some questions around if the guy did or did not act alone. I've seen zero actual evidence of that. Some people have been pointing to like, oh, this is him calling into our true crime podcast. Wasn't him. Then there was a video of like, oh, this is a TikTok he uploaded talking about the incident. I don't know. It seems like a stretch. Or looking at his reflection in a mirror and they're like, oh, he has the same bent nose. It's the same guy. Right now, what we do know is there is some numerology being discussed, like the address of the house and the date that it happened on. And that's wild. There's also some other unopened cases that people are curious if he was involved in. I don't know. I suspect there were more. The idea that his very first go was 4 people seems very suspicious to me. I have lots of questions about why those 4 and not all 6 while you're there. Did you get panicked? I mean, did you skip the middle floor? Did you not know there was anybody there? There's a lot of questions about this that need to be answered, that will be answered probably through the trial. Although I'm like 50-50 if I think, he actually participates in the trial. for a variety of reasons. I'll be curious to hear what you have to say in the comment section down below after he gets his extradition hearing today at 3:30. If there's any major update, I will update you. So make sure you subscribe using the button down below, and I'll keep bringing what trying to sift through all these stories that seem to be popping up to try and bring you as close to the truth as reasonably possible. Hope you enjoyed this video, and we'll talk to you again real soon.